Welcome everybody, one more week, one more fight, and today we are going to be enjoying the first match, sorry, not the first, the second match of the quarterfinals. Of course, for today we do have a third match that is going to play simultaneously together with this one, and you will be able to check that one out on Kebab channel, but still, we have a very special fight today. What we have is the two Chinese teams facing themselves each other to secure the fight, to secure the victory, to advance to semi-finals in the tournament SATAC 2021. Oh, and the logos are not correct. Sorry, give me a sec. That's not Alamo for sure. There's sorry, that's not the one. inSky, where you are, inSky, here. Fixed! Up and up, fixed. Oh freaking gosh, the plan of the life events. Nevertheless, so of course we are going to be rolling for the white map weather. And as per usual, you do know the drill, we are going to be rolling the dice. Whatever happens, happens. It's been specified by the teams that they cannot play anything else apart from Caucasus. Therefore, we are only going to be rolling for Sochi against Mostok and TBC against Sukumi, which is from 1 to 6. Of course, while we wait for the teams to spawn after the mission change and such, I'll be specifying you what are the changes to this part of the event. So of course, without any further ado, let us go with the dice roll. In 3, 2, 1, now. Number 13. Sorry, 13. Retry. Number 5. We have Tbilisi against Sukumi. Overcast afternoon with rain. So let me inform the team so we can start working out this one, okay? Tbilisi against Sukumi. Overcast afternoon with rain. So we are going to be enjoying quite a nice fight over the clouds. I'm in sec, Tbilisi. I cannot do two things at once. Come on, I'm not a woman. Tbilisi against Sukumi, overcast afternoon with rain. Number 2 of the 3. Okay, so mission is going to be changed. Jambo, welcome today on board, my friend. We are just arriving as we have the server being changed to get the correct mission for today's fight. Of course, that also means that I can use this time to talk to you a bit about what are the changes for this one. So of course, if I go to the stats before that, we can see that from group... Is this updated? Yes, this is updated. So from group A, you can see, guys, that the guys who have come to the semifinals are 51st PVO and Gap, which are facing today another team, which I don't recall right now which one it was. The Motley Crew who faced the other day PTF, who has come on top, so TMC is already secured in semi-finals, so that's awesome for them for sure. And also, those are the two teams from Group A. From Group B, we have OTP and inSky. inSky playing today against one of the teams from Group C, which is, I'm going to show you, it's going to be easier for you. Group C, who we have Chinese Festival, who is going to be facing Chinese Festival, being the second team from Group C, going to be facing the second team from Group B, as we saw. And of course, in Group A is going to be facing Alamo. So 51st against Alamo, that's correct. Now I do recall. And today we are having Chinese Festival against inSky. So of course, we know already that that this is going to be an amazing fight. These two teams have really surprised me. Of course, Chinese teams are not so easily seen nowadays, and therefore it's very hard to come by and see how well they can perform. But nonetheless, now we have the opportunity to watch what's going to be a top of the level fight between two magnificent teams, which are inSky and Chinese Festival. Sorry, I just have my meal before just rushing through the meal, and I'm now having the, the repercussion of it. Still, changes compared to what we had before. Let me put the camera here a sec. Nope, not that way, not like this. So of course, now the server is changed, so I still don't have connection. So bear with us, that's normal. So what we are going to see is that, first and foremost, you see this map, empty canvas. This is what all the teams are going to see in their data link. There is going to be no AWACS whatsoever. Therefore, teams will have to rely on one of the sponsors for today's tournament, which is Loads ATC, who we've had right now just a few moments ago on the top of the list. So of course, in a sec, getting sorted out, everything. It seems to me that this latest patch has modified the netcode a bit and not in a good way. Hopefully it's something that will be fixed in the hotfix, so we get to see everything correctly done. Nevertheless, even you see AWACS here, do not worry, they are not providing any data link whatsoever. That's something which has been tested and compared, so that's something that we know for sure that is not going to happen. Therefore, no aircraft will be able to use data link to find the enemies and will have to rely either in their own inboard systems to encounter the enemy team, or they'll have to use the GCI. This is a different part compared to the first part of the tournament. They do not rely in AWACS, they do rely on GCI. That means that one person is going to be sitting in his desk trying to get sorted out all the things on the world, trying to make sure that that they do have enough data link information so teams can coordinate. And also, when we don't have any kind of visual help whatsoever, because this is going to be a rainy day that you'll be able to see in just a few moments, when I get the team spawned and locked up in the camera. In a sec, you can spawn taxi when ready, taxi when you want, inform in ready, in rumble. Ignition con suscripción del canal. Qué tío con más cojones. Gracias por suscripción, compañero, y bienvenido. Ya justo a tiempo para un partido de competitivo, esta ocasión entre dos equipos chinos. O sea que podremos hablar chino, pero hablaremos inglés, ¿vale? Igual queda un poquito más elegante. So of course, I was talking a bit of Spanish. Thanks to my good friend Ignitioners for coming in with a Prime subscription. And of course, we do have the teams starting to spawn and roll out. I will be checking them out in a sec while they get cameras locked on and ready on them both. So of course, I do see already that the lineup is going to be interesting. I mean, one thing I'm very curious about is to see how things are going to be played off compared to before, because now we have a 16 that turns like a dime, turns in a dime. Works like a charm, and that's something I'm very curious to see how it's going to be affecting the teams. It is something that will make the teams use more 16s, or it's going to be something that will say, well, no, not that big of a change. We'll just keep at what we have and what not. So give it a sec. My computer is chugging a bit with everyone loading, and of course, the rain doesn't help much for performance. Oh my freaking gosh, my computer is going to die one of these days. Still, let us now go with the live view as we get the teams sorted out and ready on runway. Of course, I'm going to be muting the engine so we don't destroy our own airdrops. Okay, guys? So of course, now we have on the left camera, we have rolling into the runway inSky, and we are going to be checking what they are going to bring for today's fight in a sec. So of course, we see one of the 16 already rolling, which to me signifies that we are going to be seeing a few more, and we can check right now. Let me put the full camera for a sec. So for inSky, we have quite a lot of 16. Flanker C with a 16. Unknown with a 16. Dreamwalker with a 16. 123 with a 16. And to make things different, to spice things up, we have OOO with a I was going to say a Tomcat, come on, with a Hornet, and Wu Wei with a 17. Of course, that's not going to be all. We also have from the other side, we have to check the lineup for Chinese Festival, who are going to be bringing quite a different assortment of planes, and we've already seen a bit. So of course, if you go to Chinese Festival side, we know already that we have Fortune Weekly with a J11A, Power with an SU33, Girls Day with a 16, Watermelon with a 17, Aku Lin with a 16, and Bluebird with an 18. So you can see that both teams are coming in with a very different array of airplanes compared to the rest of the fights we've seen overall up to this point. So this signifies to me that inSky has decided to change the lineup to include the 16 because they feel confident in that airplane for this match now that it's been greatly improved compared to before. And of course, Chinese Festival is bringing quite a different array of airplanes too. I do not recall seeing them carrying the 11 and SU-33 in the same batch. So I think that these guys have decided to make these two guys work together and then have the 216 work together and 17 and 18. That's my guess. That's my guess, and we'll see. Of course, that's going to be very interesting to see how they decide to go about with the lineup. So of course, as per usual, I have to do the typical poll that you know, guys, that I'm loving my polls for you guys. And I'm going to start a poll for 5 minutes. And then we can check who you think will win round 1. Will it be inSky or will it be Chinese Festival? Now we are open for the poll, and now you can select who's your contender for today's match. So be sure to go for it. Give me a sec. No, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That's there. Of course, now we are seeing Chinese Festival rolling in. And of course, let me also, once again, showcase you one thing, okay, guys? So one more main difference you also see is on top of here, you see that we have a 0 and 0, which is the number of rounds won. But one main difference of this part of the tournament compared to the rest of the tournament is that we are going to be seeing not a 3-rounder, not a best of 3, but a best of 4. What does it mean? That means that the first team to win 3 rounds, it's going to be the winner of today's match and will advance into the semifinals. So of course, this fight is going to be an intense one. inSky reigns all day. Oh, come on, that was an amazing comment for sure. I got some of it. And by the way, luckily, also talking about inSky, we did manage to get skins for the team just in due time for today's fight. I'm just getting them myself on camera, watching them a bit, and I can say for sure that you are going to love them. So give me a sec and fix a little detail up on my stream, and then I'll be able to showcase to you these skins of the Chinese Festival. So of course, let me go now while we have good friends from inSky. Sorry, these skins from inSky. My bad. I said it on the opposite. Skins from inSky. Chinese Festival could not provide skins, sadly. So we are going to be watching, checking the skins from inSky, as they did send my way just before the match. So this beautiful, very tasteful livery for this 16 with the bluish colors, bluish tint, both signifying the sky in their own colors. And of course, you can see that from the top of the view is amazing. I mean, I do like this work of skin for sure. Very tasteful, very simple, but still with a very good criteria. Of course, inSky logo, inSky golden logo. On the tail art we have Chinese on top, inSky logo, and inSky virtual flight club. So of course I will present to you the teams in a sec. Okay guys, I'm saving up for later because we are going to be having up from 3 hours fight up to 5 hours, depending on how things go. So I'm saving that for a bit later, okay? But we'll do in a sec, because each member has their own custom livery, as far as I know. And inSky is already calling ready. Of course, they have different skins. You can see that it's a Hornet. It's a very grey, simplified skin with a bit of details for inSky all over the place. More tactical looks for the Hornet, and of course more 16s with the fuel tanks. You can see that each of them has a bit of differences, not much. This one doesn't have the dream message over here that they had before, but still very beautiful skin, very beautiful livery for sure. And of course we have one very different skin for the 16 compared to what we've seen so far. You can see this beautiful, I will say Splinter, lane art, either or, this beautiful, very tasteful skin for this 16. Let me put the top view because I think it's going to be beautiful. This skin I love for myself. This is a skin I will rock all day long for sure. Very tasteful and beautiful skin in grey tones, showcasing once again the inSky question mark, inSky, and the number 1992, which I assume is going to be either his number, because many of the Chinese guys, both from inSky and from Chinese Festival, go with numbers, and that's something very interesting, or his birth year. So we'll see, of course. And you guys think that Chinese Festival is going to be 3 against 2, which is interesting. Of course, I've seen both teams perform, and I know they are quite leveled out, and it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. Okay, both teams are kind of ready. Okay, wait one. I'm going to get the camera ready to start the fight, because both teams are calling ready. But of course, the 17, also dark livery, very tasteful. I do like the wing effects. These guys have really put a lot of effort in the skins. Like, come on, tell me that's not a skin you would love to see and have yourself. But still, let me put the cameras ready so we can go with round 1 for this fight. So of course, my computer is chugging a bit, it is working. Give me a sec, I have to do this. Okay. And I'm missing someone from Chinese Festival? No. Okay. We are calling ready. So, cameras are ready. Now we have, now we have both cameras on both teams, and we are going to be able to start rolling. So I'm going to start the countdown. Countdown is going to be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 1 for this best of 5 fight between inSky and Chinese Festival is alive, gents. And now we are going to see, we have on camera for Chinese Festival, we have only 4 airplanes, which makes me think that we have the other two maybe still doing some rearm refuel, something like that. I'm going to check with TAC view to be extra sure. Oh yeah, no, just confirm. The 2 other airplanes, which are the J-11 and the Su-33, are taking off from the other ramp from the same airport, which is Tbilisi-Lochyni. Of course, we see that from Chinese Festival, we have already 2 on the air, the other 2 elements from Chinese Festival. which are still on the other runway, haven't taken off yet. And but the other two, the 17 and the 18, are rolling out just for Chinese Festival. And from inSky, they are taking things very slowly. We can see that they're taking off one by one, taking the time, being sure that they don't crash and no problem arise whatsoever during the takeoff. Very orderly manner. That's something highly appreciated though, to see that kind of detail. Of course, you do know that I love my formation takeoffs and landing, but still, I will not say no for a good organized takeoff though. Of course, the last two members from Chinese Festival taking off with the J11A and the Su-33. Wheels off, and now they're going to be starting to climb and get energy so they can get up to the fight once they are ready. So of course, I'm going to use this opportunity to present the teams. Okay, so now, so you know who they are. So give me a sec. No, not this camera. This one, this one, this one. Okay. So now we have on camera taking off the rest of the inSky team. And of course, I'm going to be telling you who inSky is, because I have a bit of information from them. inSky is a team which is mainly from China. It's mainly from China and the ethnic Chinese. So basically, they are all around China. Basically, of course, inSky Club was formed in 2006 with a total of 2,000 registers. So they do have a lot of members for sure. And these guys do have experience. They participated in. They were involved in most of the PvP tournaments which hold by General Administration of Sports of China. Wow, I didn't know that there was an organization sports for China for this kind of settings with DCS and such. From 2007 to 2010X, most of the champion got in Lock On and Flaming Cliff 2 version, and they also locked and they were also involved in SATAC in 2018 and 2019. That was the first time they were involved in a global match. So these guys do have the experience for sure, and of course we'll see if that makes them play off well against their fellow Chinese members. But of course, let us now go and present we are going to get some camera for a bit. This beautiful skin with the 16 for inSky, as I get the notes for my other Chinese team, which is Chinese Festival. I'm going to butcher names and change names left and right as per usual, so bear with me, guys. So for Chinese Festival, it's one of the earliest flight simulator teams in China with 10-year-long experience in the scene. Of course, the other one inSky. So these are the two oldest teams in China fighting against each other. That's amazing for sure. So of course, interestingly for Chinese Festival and his airplanes, you can see here. Well, you cannot see yet. Sorry. You can see that the names that they use are very colorful. For Fortune Weekly, Power Guest Day and such, Watermelon, because these guys, their names are because they are using festivities from China. For example, and also another fun detail. For example, 996 is a code that means work from 9 AM to 9 PM, 7 days per week. So those kind of little details are all over the place for Chinese Festival, and that's something I do have to really appreciate and love for sure. So of course, let us now go and do a roundup of what we have on what side for sure. So first and foremost, let us start with Chinese Festival. What we have right now, leading the formation on camera, we have a Camel Lin rocking the 16, full tanks, 4 Fox 3s, 2 Fox 2s, as per usual. Remember, this is not an unlimited loadout competition, limited to 4 Fox 3 missiles. Of course, coming just behind him, we have Girls Day 307 carrying the other 16 with exactly the same loadout. And that's not all. Of course, a bit more to the left of the area, we are going to be seeing this formation here, which is compromised of team leader Bluebird. With a skin, I don't have the fuel tanks. Things do happen as per usual with DCS. So of course we have no fuel tanks whatsoever. You cannot see them, they are not modeled. Textures are missing, that's why you have that camel. Carrying the 18 with the 4 mandatory Fox 3s, Fox 1s and 2 heaters. He's been followed by Watermelon, carrying the 17, which is carrying the standard loadout for the 17 with the data link pod on the middle, the 2 fuel tanks, 4 Fox 3s and 2 Fox 2s. Of course, in the same area, in the same formation, we are going to be seeing the only non-clickable airplane from Chinese Festival, which is 721 power, bringing us the J11 into the fight for this side. And of course, we do have also power coming in with the Su-33 a bit down. Okay, I did not put this correctly. So Fortune Weekly was together with the rest of the guys, and Power climbing up slowly but surely, being sure that he is in the best position possible to commit into the fight once they are ready to roll. So of course, now we are going to be checking the other side of the map, the other side of the fight, where we have inSky rolling in with these beautiful liveries for the 16. Let me see my computer. Okay, now it's working perfectly fine. So now we are rolling with Dreamwalker, with this dreamy livery for a 16 for sure. Because now he's been followed closely behind by Bunker C. Rocking exactly the same loadout, full fuel tanks, 4 Fox 3s, and the two heaters, mandatory Fox 2s that are being used continuously in this tournament. And of course, now we have Flanker C closing the front formation from inSky with this beautiful livery. I really love this livery for the 16. Like, really like it. And of course, carrying the 4 Fox 3s, 2 heaters. And now we are going to be seeing this middle group of Chinese Festival of inSky, sorry. Who we have right now, camera 1, 2, 3, rocking in his 16, same loadout as per usual. And now we have on camera the other 16 from inSky, which is 1992, or the unknown one, carrying exactly the same loadout as the rest. And closing the formation from inSky, we have the JF-17 carrying exactly the same loadout as the fellow Chinese counterpart. The 4 Fox 3s, 2 heaters, and 2 fuel tanks, and the data link pod. So of course, now we are going to be checking out the view of how things are evolving, because right now, as you can see, Chinese Festival had decided to go with 2 guys to the left, 2 guys to the left, 2 guys to the right over here, and 2 guys on the rear. That's what we are going to be seeing right now on camera as we speak. So of course, now we are riding once again with Watermelon, rocking the 17 from Chinese Festival, as they are just in the in-between layer at Angels 28. And of course, let us also check the formation from inSky, because they are carrying a different approach. They are carrying 2 guys on the rear, 2 guys in the center. No, sorry, something bad. 1 guy on the rear, 2 guys on the center, 3 guys at front. So of course, for me, this signifies that these guys are going to be coming into the middle area, and once they are comfortable there, pushing into the bullseye, they are going to be going for a notch to preemptively defend any missile whatsoever that might be incoming. And of course, for Chinese Festival, I think they're going to be doing mostly the same, but going out and then going for the notch to meet over the bullseye and then push all together to the middle. So I think that inSky is going to be going for a more open approach to the fight, and Chinese Festival pushing from the middle. At least that's my guess. Of course, guys, I want to know your guesses too, and what are your thoughts on today's fight? Are you pumped up what we are going to be seeing? Or are you just so hooked up with our dear Apache that you cannot think of anything else? You can see that Chinese Festival is starting to go with for the crank. Let me try to put this here so you can see a bit better. There you go. So Chinese Festival going in for the crank right now. For those of you who doesn't know, the crank maneuver is not a notch. Notch is when you put your airplane 90 degrees to the enemy radar for enemy missile. In this case, they are going up to the limit of the gimbal of the radar, which is that they can still see with the radar the enemy contacts, but still they are securing that they are not being launched from long range. So this maneuver is used, the crank maneuver is used to make enough space so that the enemy missiles do not arrive onto you, so that they have to travel more distance if they shot you out. So of course, you can see that these guys do know what they're doing. One of the most important things of this kind of fights is at the start of the fight, do not die. I mean, like, really, if you die from the first missile, you are for a world of pain, because then you are going to be starting the fight in a bad positioning compared to the other teams, and that's not a good place to be for sure. I know for myself. We had that running on D3W. For me, dying myself from the first missile of the fight, I can talk for experience. But still, we have Chinese Festival on camera. You can see opening, going for the notch. Not going for the notch right now. And inSky, since I have seen that in Chinese Festival is just going for the notch right now, and I'm going to start pushing in towards the fight. Of course, these teams are still a bit too far away. You can see that maybe Dreamworker is getting in range of Bluebird. So let me ride with Dreamworker, as I think he's going to be the one opening the missile count for today's fight. He's burning through fuel, going low, which is something I will not have done myself to start a fight. I mean, it's a gamble, because these fights with no airwork whatsoever can go for a long time, even if we have GCI helping the teams manage around the teams. But still, we can see that both teams have decided to go with a fake maneuvering, trying to bait the enemy team to launch a missile, because remember, missiles are limited. Therefore, those 4 Fox 3 missiles per airplane are very, very, very precious ones, and they do have to really be sure that they put them into good use. Now we are riding with 14 Weekly from Chinese Festival, as he's going to be approaching Flanker C. You can see that 14 Weekly right now, Angels 20, Mach 0.9, building airspeed. Of course, if you don't know, the J11 and SU-33 by extension, also SU-27 by extension, are airplanes that have high airspeed but need time to build up. Therefore, if you check today's fight between 51st and Alamo, you'll check that the 51st guys do climb from the start, hey, very high, and then dive in, build airspeed, and then start the fight. Because they need that airspeed to be able to keep the airplane in a good position to keep on fighting. Of course, 1, 2, 3, Bluebird is committing into 1, 2, 3. He's out 11 miles out. I do think that maybe Bluebird will start the fight here. No, not at all. He's chilling there, not wasting any energy whatsoever, just holding some energy, just going at 0.23 Mach, so he's saving his fuel. So we can see that this 16 is just going out cold, trying to bait Bluebird to come into his lines. Of course, you can see that these fights, because they are such high level, this is like a chess game. This is not played by sending missiles left and right. This is played by making tactical decisions and trying to win the war of attrition. Both teams are trying to deplete both the fuel and the missiles count from the enemy team. So that's something to take into account, because you'll see that these fights usually go down very fast once they really do start. Now we are flying with Flanker C, and he's just going to be building airspeed. Of course, with latest update to the 16, we all know that he has become a beast of building energy and maintaining energy. Now it's not dropping energy as before, and definitely is becoming the killer machine it's designed to be. So of course we now have Girls Day committing into Flanker C, but still this is not going to be any launch whatsoever, nothing to really worry about. But it's interesting to see that Flanker C has decided to fake the long-range launch of a missile, and you can see that Girls Day is just starting to defend preemptively, because of course teams do see in data link, both in the radars and GCI can see this airplane building airspeed and climbing, which is a standard maneuver for teams to do once they want to build energy to send a missile downrange. So now we are riding with Dream Walker, that's committing in hot in the middle of the fight, because Uo is just going off flank, Bluebird committing once again, and Girls Day. So it seems to me that Chinese Festival has decided to go with the play of, okay, 2 guys are going to be holding out the line, and the rest of the team is going to be holding out a bit farther down the road, trying to be sure that they don't get killed. And you can see that what we have. So we have snow, and you can see that it's snowy with a red tint because of the light setting that we are having for today's fight. You can see that Dreamwalker coming out cold. So you can see that Bluebird and Dreamwalker both are playing the I'm going to waste your missile game. So that means, as mentioned, we are going to be seeing this fight being slow, this part of the fight. That's a given. But once the first missile comes out, believe me, we will not be able to catch up with everything going on. That I can say for sure already. So of course, let me ride with Girls Day from Chinese Festival. Here. Girls Day from Chinese Festival, who we have on the right flank, Chinese Festival. Now he's starting to commit into the enemy flank. We can see that Chinese Festival are starting to collapse into a line formation, horizontal formation line, and inSky are going for the grinder. Of course, for all you guys who doesn't know, this is the standard approach. Like here we can see that 1, 2, 3 is going out cold, Bunker C is going out hot, and this tactic is called the grinder because you always have one airplane pointing toward the enemy, and this is a very, very good tactic when you don't have any, you cannot relay on EQUAS information whatsoever. Therefore, this is the way to go if you need to build up a sky picture with the radars that you have yourself. And Dover, yes, someone needs to do so, but of course, teams are just waiting to see who's going to be the first one to do the first mistake. Usually that's what happens here, you know. Just one team, just chilling, and then out from nothing, it happens that they do make a mistake. And once they do a mistake, then missiles come down range left and right. Of course, we are now riding with... Oh, we are riding with, sorry. Dreamwalker. Just popping up a bit of a flare there. Of course, just going for the green hot. Bluebird starting to commit once again. It's just in almost launch distance. Just for you to know, guys, usually Fox 3s tend to be launched between 8 and 50 miles. That's why you can see right now we are driving with Uo right now on camera, and he's just going for the crank right now, while Bluebird is just going out cold to defend a preemptive launch, and Dreamwalker doing the same. So yeah, this is a slow game, but still you can see that both teams are testing the waters, trying to see where the opposing team is going to be failing, so they can capitalize on that and push hard. We are flying right now with a Camu on the left flank for Chinese Festival. Let me try to put it this way so we have a full picture. And of course, you can see that so far we have a beautiful, beautiful weather will really enjoy this kind of fights. Because intense fights are a pleasure to watch, but believe me when I say that this build-up, this testing the water, this checking how you are going to be performing, is just the first part of the fight. And Kingston, you are my friend, but no need to be saying shut up to anyone, mate. No need, really. I mean, I do understand how he feels. I do understand that. And also when you are not used to flying PvP and you are not part of... Oh, by the way, first missile out from Wu Wei towards the right flank of Chinese Festival. I do think that one is going for Bluebird. So Wu Wei has sent a Fox 3 towards Bluebird, and that missile still is unannounced. No, so it's going to power. Sorry, going to power. So this camera is not correctly placed, but still Bluebird is defending preemptively. That missile still have legs though. Still have a bit of legs, but should not be arriving anywhere. Still tracking, still a bit of energy, but no enough energy to really arrive. Still, we can see that teams are starting to push. They are starting just to test the waters and see if someone is going to make a mistake. So now Dreamwalker once again on camera. Of course, interestingly, teams are flying very low. Is this common to fly low to be sure that missiles do not have enough leeway to arrive? And it's interesting to see that both teams are flying up to the ground. Of course, it does help to masquerade their signature with the ground, so they can push in harder and use the information advantage with the AWACS. Sorry, with the human DCI, which is coordinating the fight using the Lot ATC so far. So Bluebird is committing to Dreamwalker, who we have on camera, followed by Fortune Weekly. But so far, as before, no missile whatsoever. Still Bluebird preemptively flaring. And in 1, 2, 3 seems to not be designed to push hard. They are playing it safe. R27R from power. Still, that's going to be way too far away. I mean, I think he did shot into a friendly by mistake. I do think so, really. So I will not be really concerned about that missile. It's not even tracking, even if it's a Fox 2. No, that's a Fox 3. That's a Fox 3, by the way. Sorry. So they are just waiting their Fox 3. So Girls Day is coming into the right flank on inSky. And of course, Letus Ride with 307 Girls Day, and he's pushing into the left flank of inSky. Of course, he does have a bit more altitude, so I do hope that we are going to be seeing a missile from Girls Day downrange. We'll see though. No, it seems that we are going once again with a fake, but still. 1992, it has enough airspeed, but no enough distance, and not enough altitude to really push hard there. And just as well as Dartorian as well is saying that both teams are being very patient and playing it slow. They are just testing the waters, seeing where they can push, where the other team is going to fail, and then once they find the tiniest bit of crack, things will come down very fast, by the way. That I can assure you. So we can see that Chinese Festival, all of them bunched together more or less. inSky seems to have break a bit the grinder formation. Seems that they are recomposing the grinder formation as we see right now. Well, Beta Bell Thought wins fight. That I can tell you for sure. So of course we can see that they're starting to grow apart, but Uo seems to have... Uo might have the advantage here, because these two guys are going out... Sorry, they are going out cold. No, but this SU-33 will arrive on time. I was checking if Uo has enough space to push hard. Moskis 25, welcome on board. Thank you for the follow. We are just enjoying the first round, this fight between inSky and Chinese Festival. Of course, Uo, who we have on camera right now, okay, had decided not to push. You can see here, okay, that he was pushing and see, okay, can I get these two guys when they are going not call? He saw that this guy was coming in hot, and I said, okay, not my cup of tea, going not call. But of course, we have missiles coming in from 1 to 3 into a Bluebird. Let me ride with Bluebird as he's going to be defending. Bluebird down in the ground, defending 120. So far should not be any problem whatsoever. Let me see if I can ride with the missile. Okay, he has defended the missile as expected. So you can see that teams are testing the waters. Things are getting more dangerous as we speak and we see. Of course, I do think that we are going to be starting to see way more missiles being launched left and right. And I do think that next missile is going to be launched by Bluebird. So we have on camera, and it's committing hot into the enemy. Because you can see that these guys cannot see anything at all. And it's going to be very hard for them to really see anything whatsoever. Dark Torian, welcome on board, my friend, and thank you for the follow. Bluebird seems to have a bit of space to commit. Okay, 120 from Flanker C towards power. Let me try to ride with them. That missile is coming toward power, that's correct. And going with power, and we are going to see he's going to start to defend there. So far it's not going to be any problem for him. That missile should not arrive. Doesn't have enough distance to really be a high PK missile. Therefore, nothing to be worried about in that regard. That missile has been defended, as we can see. And now you can see that inSky is getting more. Is starting to waste missiles. So Chinese Festival are being way more patient compared to inSky. And I think that inSky had decided, like, okay, I think that they do think they need to start pressing a bit in and testing harder the line. So Chinese Festival to see if they can start committing. That's why I'm seeing that they are starting to fire a few more missiles. Sorry, guys. Oh, my throat today. Okay. So of course, you can see that Uo here also a fake. Really, Chinese Festival are going all in for the fakes today too. It's impressive. I mean, I haven't seen them going that much for this maneuvering. It's not so often seen for them. Sasha 13, welcome on board. You can see that right now Chinese Festival is putting a bit of distance between themselves and inSky. So I think that Chinese Festival, you can see also they are going for the notch. So these guys know that the enemy team inSky are just starting to put more missiles downrange. So they are holding the line and trying to tell them, okay guys, you should come first. We are going to be waiting here for you. But of course we have SD10 for Watermelon towards Uo, who we are going to be riding with. Uo on camera, still no alarm whatsoever. He cannot see shit, as you can see. Okay. No, what? No, sorry, that missile is going for 1992. Oh, freaking go. That's a big curveball. Because we have Dream Weather. Okay, fight is on, guys. You can see Dream Weather sending missile left and right. While we are driving with Dream Weather, and he has Fox 3 into Fortune Weekly and Bluebird. Dream Walker has managed to defend the missile. Bluebird is safe. Fortune Weekly will manage to defend that one if he doesn't crash into the ground, who might do so because he's defending way too vertically. It's safe and sound, as we can see. You can see Akama on the left has lots of space to commit and push into the line. Power and Watermelon is still way too far away. That missile has been defended. Tennis Festival is holding out correctly. And you can see that these guys are starting to push. These guys are starting to push. So yes, you might think that these guys are very slow whatsoever, but really you can't. You cannot. It's important to appreciate the situation, guys. Remember, they are here in the quarterfinals, and of course this is an all or nothing. You fail once, you are out of the tournament, and thus they have to really be sure that they are not taken out of the fight on the first missile. So of course we have one more missile from flanker C from the right side towards Power. We are going to be riding with Power. Power is going to be defending. We're not cold. Because Power is a nice speed, 0.95. But still now, even inSky has a better position right now because Chinese Festival, almost all the team, except one member, which is Fortune Weekly, is out cold. So this will be the ideal moment for the entire team from inSky to push into Chinese Festival and win the position. Of course, they are bit by bit they are gaining terrain compared to Chinese Festival. The bullseye is the center area of the fight, and inSky is winning combat area bit by bit. Of course, we have the 17s are being used today as if they are top cats previous to the nerf that they receive. So of course, oops, this is not round button. My bad. So now we have the SD-10 coming towards Akamu. Bluebird no. Power starting to send the ER, that's a Fox 1 missile. Of course, I will said we don't have any data link whatsoever, so teams have to rely on verbal communication from a human GCI. And thus it's imperative that they are very well coordinated. So yes, Mills, there is no EWACS, no data link whatsoever. They have to rely on their own aircraft system and human coordination through voice. Okay, you can see that this missile has defended. You can see right now, Akamu is starting to put missile down range, but this missile is going towards this guy, it seems. Whoa. So really it's not going to be that much of a problem for him. That's a bit too far away to really be a problem. No, that one is going, yeah, that one is going for Dreamwalker. Sorry, that we have on camera right now. But still, you can see that teams are starting to go through missiles. And lines are starting to split. You can see that right now, Chinese Festival have 3 guys out of the fight entirely, 3 guys on the fight. And inSky have 2 guys out front, 2 guys very close by, and 2 guys in the rear. So inSky have better positioning right now to start the fight. And if they push hard enough, they might win the advantage and take the first kill over here. So of course that missile is not going to be connecting. That missile will not have legs whatsoever. If okay, for once I was thinking that maybe we are going to hit it friendly, but not at all. Not at all. So of course now we are going to be seeing if inSky does push, because they have that positional advantage. They have flanker C flanking around, Akamu putting missiles downrange. But really, it's strange to me. I'm seeing teams putting missiles very rarely. I mean, I'm not used to see this kind of missile being shot. For example, now we are seeing right now this Dreamwalker into Girls' Day. Let me ride with Girls' Day, because he might... Wait! Akamu is going to take a castle at Akamu? Oh, no, sorry. Okay, I was thinking that the missile was going for Akamu. Sorry, guys. On the 2 view, it looked like such. Okay, Power has managed to defend that one. Bluebird coming in with the merge. Okay, as I told you guys, things are starting to happen. Let us ride with 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 on camera. And he's defending heavily, but that 120 comes his way. But Bluebird still alive, so we still have the full array of airplanes. So I'm going to move this view like this, so we have a bit better the fight as this going on. Okay, guys? North is to the top, by the way. So you can see that right now we have a fight on the north. That was right with Fortune Weekly, who I think might take the hit here. Fortune Weekly having to defend, but that missile have enough airspeed to commit. Fortune Weekly is defending very slow, very low. Might be the first casualty. Fortune Weekly on camera. And still alive, has managed to outturn the missile in the last freaking moment. Amazing. Amazing. So of course you can see that right now Power is pushing hard, trying to make space for Fortune Weekly so he can regain his posture and recommit into the fight. So of course that's not all. We have right now Akamo is way far away, Gilsday is out cold, and Aldrin Walker has the opportunity to push in hard and start pushing into Chinese festival lines. So I'm very curious to see if he's going to be doing so. Oh, sorry, that's not the one I wanted to showcase. This one, because this we are riding with Dream Worker right now, which is already down to heaters. So Dream Worker doesn't have any Fox 3 whatsoever. You can see that the Chinese festival has managed to drain lots of missiles from the inSky team, and think that it seems like it might be paying out. Dream Worker has been Fox 3. We have him on camera on the left as he's flaring. SC10 coming his way and managed to notch that one. Of course, we have a situation over the middle area where two Fox 3 from Wuo coming towards Watermelon and Girls Day. We are going to be driving with Wuo as he's going to be notching the missile and manage to put the missile into the ground. 120 coming. It's not going to be any problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. Oh, sorry. No problem whatsoever here also. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we are missing one guy from inSky. inSky has taken one casualty, guys. inSky is missing one member. That means that things are starting to go in favor on Chinese festival. Of course, right now Bluebird committing hard into inSky 1, 2, 3. You can see that miss. It's getting in his tail, but he hasn't seen him, so they don't see each other, sadly. Therefore, okay, one more casualty. inSky is taking the losses. Now they are down to 4 members, not 4. And things are going in favor of Chinese festival. Of course, Fortune Weekly might take the casualty there. Managed to defend that one. inSky 1, 2, 3 on the north, on the tail of Bluebird. Let me ride with Bluebird if I arrive on time. One of my cameras is frozen. I cannot move this camera. Sorry guys, I cannot move the camera. So of course, Bluebird's still alive. In 1, 2, 3 out. We have one more casualty who is inSky 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 has taken the loss over there. So Bluebird has been saved by his friends, and he has able to. Okay, one more casualty. As I told you guys, things go down fast once they start. You can see that inSky only have one more surviving member. 5 of the team members has gone down in this short amount of time, guys. I told you, things go south fast and very, very fast once they start. You can see that 1992 Fox 3 into Bluebird. Of course, Girls Day coming in hot. Let me try to drive here with 1992. Okay, 1992 is out of the sky. So this round 1 is going to be in favor of Chinese festival. Of course, we now need to check if both teams agree, so that we don't have to wait for Chinese festival to go back and land. So I'm going to be checking that out with the teams. Give me a sec. If I can, because I need to start the other DCS instance. So cannot start. I need to get the freaking gosh. I need to get the other DCS instance working so I can use the chat. Of course, for you guys, for doing the camera work, I'm using two different DCS at once, apart from tag view, so therefore you can see all the freaking angles of the fight. And of course, it makes the computer a bit more unstable, but still stable enough so we can enjoy this fight. So give me 1 more minute until I get my computer back into the server, and then I'm going to ask if both teams agree, so we don't have to see Chinese festival going down land into the friendly airbase and save some time. Give me a sec. Of course, I need to check with the coordinator from 51st Gap side, which are the organizer for this tournament, so that we are going to be changing the mission. So give me a sec while we get everything sorted out. And of course, we'll be checking while we get everything ready. We'll be checking a bit of the tab view to see how things have gone down. Sec. My crash. Are we clear to skip landing? So of course I'm just coordinating with the teams to be sure that they agree to skip the going back to home base part, so that we can just go to round 2. So just waiting for confirmation from inSky, and then we'll go for it. So then we can save ourselves a bit of time over here. So of course in the meantime we can enjoy the marvelous view of the different airplanes flying about with this beautiful light that we have on today's match. I mean, you have to really appreciate deciding to go with a different weather and different time sets what we are used to see, because you are not used to see this kind of weather and lights that you are. It's night, guys. This is not common at all, and that's something I do heavily appreciate and respect, to have the organizer doing these kind of things. Let me check. Just going to be checking with the teams. No, not the camera. Not the camera there. Give me a sec so I can just be sure that we are set to go. No, I think it's this one. And we skip. And we skip landing. So of course bear with us for a sec, okay, while we get everything ready, okay? Okay, RTB required. Okay, RTB required then. That means that we are going to be seeing an RTB from Chinese Festival. That means that do not worry, we are going to go and check the TAC view. So at least we get to see how round 1 went, and we are not stuck here doing anything at all. So let us go back on the TAC view and see how things have played out. And just for your knowledge, okay? So once things started to really get heated, like over here, at minute 48, you can see that 48, and things go build up, 48, and then in just a matter of 60 minutes, we have everyone just sending missiles left and right, pushing hard, and 5 more minutes and fight is gone. So that's why I told you that, of course, these fights then have a lot of build up, but once they build up, things go down very fast, very fast. So let me go back in the timeline to a point where before the start of the fight. And of course, give me a sec. I'm going to get something to warm myself up. This is because I'm freezing myself. Then the commentary. Give me a sec. Well. Okay, back. And of course, when you are up to this level, many teams do prefer to force to go and say the other team, okay, you have to RTB. But still, of course, because this fight was a prolonged one, it is normal that they force the other team the other team to do so. But if it was a fast fight, normally it would not have been required. As mentioned, you can see that up to this point that we are checking right now on the side view. Oh, sorry. Nope, not this key. Here, okay. Up to this point, you can see that both teams are just baiting the other team, sending missile down range, and you can see that inSky really started to put pressure. It started to put missiles down range first, compared to Chinese Festival, and even well, this round was a long round for sure. Was a long one, and I think we are in still for a long fight. Remember, this is a best of 3 scenario, so we might see best of 5. Sorry, that means that one team has to win 3 rounds. That means that we can go up to 5 fights today. So yeah, this can go for a long fight. We'll see though how it goes, because still we have a long way to go to see who will win. Still, sorry, my throat is. I'm having problems today. Okay, good enough. So of course, as you can see, inSky started to send missiles downrange way sooner than Chinese Festival. Chinese Festival decided to go with, okay, let us go and waste as many missiles from the enemy team as possible. And of course, now you can see that few missiles from inSky, but not, sorry, from Chinese Festival. But inSky were the ones sending missiles downrange the most. You can see here, this even we have at once we have 3 missiles from inSky and 0 missiles from Chinese Festival. So they were holding really the missiles, trying to being sure that once they get into an aggressive positioning, they have the advantage. But still, this long-range SD-10, well, SD-10 is a very good missile nowadays. I think it's one of the best. And you can see that, okay, that's how Wu Wei died. That's interesting. This is the kill that we missed before. So Watermelon in the 23.9 to Wu Wei Angel 30 and Mach 0.97. And of course, Fox 3 missile going up to the moon, Angels 50, going down, and of course Wu Wei, unluckily for him, was turning hot toward the missile. And of course, that means that once he tried to defend, he had to turn away from the missile, and of course the missile have enough energy to commit and scratch the paint of Wu Wei's airplane. So that was the first casualty from inSky that we did miss live. And of course, as mentioned, this is where things go south for inSky. And of course, the fight goes really fast. You can see missiles coming down. I'm going to move a bit faster, because now you have a 5-on-6 situation, and inSky is starting to get closer, and I'm starting to push harder. Before inSky is also starting to send missile downrange, but still, you can see good defense there. Uwo there, base 2 missiles, sends to an answering. Akamu is out of the fight entirely up to this point, but still is baiting Uwo out of the fight, which is something for sure. And you can see 1, 2, 3 here. I don't freaking know how the hell Bluebird haven't seen him, because it feels to me that he roughly knew where it was, but failed to find him, and that's why he ended in front of 1, 2, 3, and almost got killed by the freaking AIM-9. But of course, Girls' Day comes in with the clutch. No, not sorry, Girls' Day? Yes, Girls' Day comes in with the clutch and takes the kill. And of course, let us go back to this mess of an area and see what more we are missing here. So the next casualty is Dreamwalker, if I recall correctly. Okay, Ugo with a 120 towards Watermelon. Watermelon managed to defend that one. Fortune Weekly. Fox 2 on to Dreamwalker. So that was the next casualty. Now we are down to 4. I'm missing 1. No, inSky. No, we are okay. Now we have Uo here, I think was the next casualty. Yes. So power coming in, 3 miles, Fox 2 to the face, kaput, and of course 92 up there, up to then. And of course, guys, while we are talking, we are seeing right now. Let me see if this doesn't crash. But we are seeing right now a Chinese festival lining for landing on their airport. So let me move the timeline to the present. If I can myself, here we go. So of course we have Watermelon already down on runway, safe and under control, as you can see on tag view, and therefore round 1 is going to be going for Chinese festival. So let me inform the teams that we are going to be restarting the mission. Restarting mission. So we can go faster. And let me try to go to run a server. Okay. Copy it. Stop. Please. Okay, I just informed the team to restart the server, the mission, so then we'll be able to go with round 2. Of course, this is freaking night. I cannot even put the other camera for you because you will not see anything at all. Well, the overfuel bug is something known, and regardless, even if you have an overfuel bagging and with an overfuel Tomcat, the missiles nowadays are not as good as before, and therefore it's not a smart play to really bring a Tomcat to the fight. Usually it's not that often and a good decision with the current meta with the DCS for sure. So not recommended, that I can say for sure. Of course, Bluebird is descending into a runway. I don't know if... Okay, server is restarted as we speak. Perfect. Just in the nick of time. So guys, let me go for a brief pause while we get server up and running. And then I'll see you starting round 2, this fight between Chinese Festival and inSky. Welcome back, everybody. We are now with the teams on parking space. We have inSky on the left starting to taxi to their new airbase, which is Tbilisi. And of course we have Chinese Festival using the other airbase, which is, I always forget my name, it is Sukhumi. So of course that means that both teams do change sides as per usual, and if you didn't know that, teams do change sides between each round. Therefore, remember that at least we have 2 more rounds, at least, okay? So we have Chinese Festival. If they win this round, they will be 1 round away from winning this quarterfinals stage and moving towards the semifinals. And of course, for the friends from inSky, they have to win 3 rounds, of course, but still they are 2 rounds away from really be able to join the semifinals. Of course, we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's not easy at all being here. Every little mistake can cost you the entire tournament, guys. We are up to that level of commitment and importance of every movement that happens on camera for us, and of course in cockpit for them. So guys, what are your thoughts of round 2? You think it will be a slugfest of missiles being shot long range, waiting to see how it happens? Or do you think it's going to be played way more faster? What are your thoughts on it? And of course I'm going to start a poll after usual. Who do you think will be winning round 2? Who will win round 2? Will it be inSky, or will it be Chinese Festival? I want to know your thoughts on the matter, guys, and you have there a poll on chat so we can get to know what are your thoughts on who you think will win round 2. And of course, I would love to see on chat what are your thoughts on how this round 2 is going to be played out. If it's going to be played out very similarly, or it's going totally different and we are going to see way more action from the get-go. Because we have on the left camera, we have inSky, still they have not loaded their skins, so we'll be checking them out once again later on. And of course, we'll use this opportunity to once again do a brief presentation of who is flying and who is flying what, and of course, to check a bit of history behind each team. So of course, once again, we are going to be going first with inSky. From inSky side, we have with the 16 Flanker C, same as 1992, the unknown man, 1821 Dreamwalker with the 16 as 123. Of course, to close up their formation, they have OUO, which is from 1993 with the 18, and Wu Wei, who took the first kill on previous round, and of course now is rocking the 17. So they are coming in with exactly the same lineup, same formation, same airplanes. Remember that in this tournament format, once you start and take off with one set of machines, you have to keep it up until the last moment of the tournament. Therefore, it's imperative that teams do go and select a good airframe from the start, so they do secure that they can keep using them during the rest of the fight. But of course, that's not all. We also have from the other side. From the other side, we do have a Chinese Festival. Chinese Festival, we see that they are almost ready. inSky are almost ready too. We can see that Chinese Festival, they are coming in with 14 Weekly with the J11, Power with the Su-33, which realistically they did a good job last round. I was expecting them to be outperformed by the rest of the airplanes, but still they did manage to do a heck of a good job for sure. And of course we have Watermelon with the 17, Akamu Lynn with the 16, and Bluebird, the leader of the team, with the Hornet. So of course you can see that teams are almost ready already. Let me put the cameras here for you guys, so we can both of us check what's going on. We can see that Chinese Festival on the right are almost ready and should be finalizing ready. inSky is calling ready. So that means that we are going to be seeing the takeoff in just a few moments. So at least this round 2 is going to be starting way faster compared to round 1, which is something highly appreciated. Of course, knowing that we might go from a 3-hour to 5-hour stream today, I want this to not go too long. I really do appreciate things going in and getting things done as easy and as fast as possible. Because if not, we are in for a long run tonight, gents. So I do hope that you have something to have dinner together with you. I do have myself, by the way. Because if not, well, I'm going to be really hungry once we get to the end of this match today. But of course, remember that we do also have another match today being conducted. It's being covered by Orient Kebab. He's covering right now the fight between 51st PVO and Alamo, which is being fight in the other stream. Of course, that's another. Okay, both teams are calling ready, so we are going to go with a countdown. So countdown. Give me a sec. So we are going with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Round 2 of this best of 5 match is alive. inSky taking off from Tbilisi. Chinese Festival taking off from Sukhumi, and it seems to me that you guys think that Chinese Festival will win. You did thought so in the first poll we did, and you are still thinking so in this second poll. Well, of course they have won round 1 and they are one step closer to securing a place in the quarterfinals. But we'll see if they are capable of maintaining exactly the same proficiency that they shown this first round. That really cold head, making sure that the enemy was in a worse position compared to them. We'll see if they can keep on building on that and therefore securing their place in the semi-finals. And now going to be seeing the other two 16s that are going to be entering runway in just a few moments from Chinese Festival. See them on ground right now. And to the left we have Chinese inSky, who are already up in the air, except half of them are up in the air. There's still remaining 3 of them, 3 16s. And once we have them on the air, you will move to present once again the airplanes and the loadouts as we did before. Of course, you can see already that Chinese Festival had decided to get up in the air and running. Last member taking off. And with that, Chinese Festival are all up in the air and saying we'll be going for inSky in just a few moments while we get the last 2 pilots up in the air, as we can see. So of course we are going to use this opportunity to start going to present the teams and the pilots that they are flying today. So for that, first we are going to be once again checking the man with the no tanks, with the untextured tanks, which is Bluebird, carrying the Hornet. In round 1 he did a heck of a good job being in the front line, managing to defend missiles left and right, and he really did contribute heavily to the victory of his team in that round 1. So of course that's, even if he was for me the MVP of the round, still he's not the only sole member of the team that is going to be fighting today. Of course, we also have the J11 by 14 Weekly, which is carrying the I don't know my Russian missiles, assessment of missiles. Basically, if I recall correctly, they are 2 Fox 3s, 2 Fox 2 long range, 2 Fox 1s, and 4 Fox 2s normal. If I recall correctly, okay? So I might be wrong, so feel free to correct me so I'll learn a bit more. Of course, he's being trailed to his left with power. He's climbing a bit higher, just rocking all the Fox 1s in the wall, plus 2 hitters, plus ECM pods on the wingtips, as we can see right now. Of course, we also can see already on the TAC view to his left, you have Watermelon. Watermelon rocking the 17 with the same loadout as before. 2 fuel tanks, 4 missiles, 2 hits, 2 Fox 3s, 2 hitters. And in the rear area, the 2 trailing elements from Chinese Festival, we have a Camu rocking the 16 with the 3 fuel tanks. And it's interesting to see that no ECM pods are being used today. Because for all of you who doesn't know, teams can and will use ECM pod if they wish to, but still seems that it is not worth it for neither Akamu nor Gelsday, who we have on camera right now, and therefore is not coming forward. Sorry, it's not going to be ditching the one entire fuel tank just to have the ECM pod. Still, seeing how round 1 has gone, I think that's going to be the smart move for sure. Still, let us go now and check inSky in the other camera as we check who we have riding what. A sec, while I get everything ready. Now, Dreamwalker, who was the main element of the inSky team, who was on the front lines defending missiles from the get-go, and really I was surprised by Dreamwalker. Initially he was constantly committing and doing and faking the missiles, exactly like Bluebird. Sadly for inSky in this round 1, Chinese Festival managed to hold out a bit more to the missiles and the fuel, and therefore they were in a bit in an advantage from the start of the fight. But still, you can see that even if inSky was taken down fast once the fight started, like really started, they are not to be truthful around. I'm very sure that inSky will come back from the loss, and we'll see Flanker C, who is together here on camera with the beautiful 16, outperforming himself together with the rest of the team, who we have, for example, Uo rocking the 18 with exactly the same loadout as before. Not that one. This airplane here. Uo with his Tomcat, climbing, of course, all the fuel in the wall that will be used for sure. And of course, now to the left camera we have the unknown number 1992, rocking this beautiful livery that we are doing camera. Of course, with this beautiful light that we are going to be seeing right now on this part of the fight. Beautiful. So of course, now let us check the 2 remaining members from inSky. Now we have on camera, no, not that one, sorry, there you go. Now we have on camera inSky 123 rocking the 16, and of course last element with from one inSky, the J17 with this beautiful livery. Really, these guys have a beautiful designer for skins. I don't know who he is, but still, heck of a good job you've done, mate. Highly high quality one. And of course, regarding the aircraft formation, let's go now and check. You can see from inSky, it's a detail there. Yep. From inSky, 15 miles spread apart, and from left to right, we have 2 miles, so they are just 2 on the front, 2 on the middle, 2 on the back. That's the way to go, it's seen for now. And of course, from Chinese Festival, They are way more packed around. They are carrying. They are just 8-9 miles apart from front to right to bottom to rear part, and from side to side, 4.5 miles. So these guys are keeping themselves in a better positioning, so things are so they can start putting pressure into the fight if they wish in the center area. But still, I think they will be going afterwards for the notch, as we saw before. At least that's my thoughts. That's what I think is going to be happening. But of course, usually with E14 one tactic works, then they will keep on working with that one until they find something better. And because teams do have have 5 rounds to play, I am 100% sure that they are going to be taking things slowly, trying to be sure to get some top. But regardless, it seems that you guys think that Chinese Festival is going to be winning round 2. I'm not 100% sure, really, because inSky, I think they were out-tactic there because they were shooting missiles, more missiles than Chinese Festival. They were burning through more missiles than Chinese Festival. Therefore, I do think that they will learn from their mistakes, and come back stronger. Up to the point where I am 100% sure that we are going to see them outperforming themselves and putting a heck of a good fight this time. So far, nothing new to see. Of course, teams are coming in. You can see that already. The first members from inSky starting to open up the formation. You can see right now on camera, Flanker C trailing to the left, Team Worker coming in hot, still Chinese Festival. All of them are still coming in hot towards the bullseye. So I do think that this time Chinese Festival is going to try to push a bit harder toward the center area. At least that's my guess. I don't know yet, that's my guess. Give me a sec, I have to... Guys, I need a few moments, okay? I need to attend a call I received from a client, okay? So, sorry for the problem, guys. I'll leave the stream like this. I mute my microphone. Be back in a sec. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry for being out, but that was a call I had to take whatever happens. Of course, work life comes first, I'm afraid, to hobby, but still. That's what it is. But still, the nice part is just we are just getting into a position where missile might start going out if both teams think that they should start sending missiles down from the get-go. Still, I do think that both teams are going to be deciding not to do long-range missiles, even if we have right now on camera, to the left camera, we have Flanker C burning through fuel. I mean, Franklin is way out of the fight and he's burning through fuel. And he's not neither that fast nor that high. So I do think that that inSky are having problem managing correctly the fuel, having problem with the fuel management side of the fight. And I'll be preoccupied for them, because that might signify that they will not be able to make it up to the final of the fight. Of course, in round 1, they did manage to survive. No problem. They didn't need that extra fuel, but still, shouldn't be as. Hopefully, it's not a decisive factor, the fuel coming in this fight. Hopefully, for our own sake of them all. But your tail, checking out your opponent, checking out our opponent for our next match. That's awesome. And Garotex and Garoten Chankek 4. Welcome on board. Thank you for the follow. We are just arriving for to start the fight of round 2 of this fight. Of course, what's your tail? You are Tail from TMC. Freaking gosh. I was like, who's this guy? Who is he going to face against to? Now I get it. Still, you are going to be seeing that both Chinese Festival and inSky really are taking their time and are trying to get a position advantage before the fight starts for them. So aircraft, they are, okay, I'm going to show you, because it's going to be easier done like this. A sec. So basically, we have for Chinese Festival, we have like this, yeah. We have 118, 216s, 117, and 2 SU-23. And for inSky, we have all 16 except 118 and 117. So of course, you can see that these guys really. One interesting fact for inSky is that usually we see 2 members. No, sorry, for inSky, no. I was going to say that from the other side around for Chinese Festival, because last round we saw that 2 members, I think it was Watermelon and Bluebird, always in the front line, the rest of the team, the back area, just holding out there, waiting for the rest of the team to come, or the enemy team to come and put pressure into them. But it seems that this time, Chinese Festival is holding the place, letting the inSky team push. This is a bullseye, by the way. This is the center area of the fight, and therefore you can see that inSky are pushing a bit further away than Chinese Festival compared to them. So far things are very calm, as we can see. Still, remember guys on chat that this is a delayed stream, therefore I will not be able to answer all the things live right now. Still, hopefully this fight will not go as long, and I think that Uo is going to tell us, okay mates, you will not have to wait as much. Till that 120 going to Watermelon, that's a way too far away missile to really be connecting at all, so it's not even a factor. Let me try to get the camera ready for you guys. This should be a bit better. Yeah, more or less. Yeah, for CNF it's quite varied, and that's something I was very surprised. And I do heavily appreciate having that range, wide variety of airplanes. And of course, what inSky have is beautiful liveries that they are carrying for this fight today. Because they did manage to send them my way just before the fight. And that's something highly appreciated. I love having the teams looking good and dandy for the fight. well, Bill says that they should be shooting at each other. Well, I will agree with you, because guys, I don't want to go with a 5-hour stream. That I can say already, okay? So hopefully, just for my own sanity, one team will win relatively easily, or fights or rounds should go faster. But you can see that power is just turning out cold. Uwo started to put a bit of pressure. So Uwo is just has already sent two missiles from the get-go, and this missile is not even tracking. So well, they might not be killing each other, but still, Uwo thinks. I don't think that Uwo is playing alone. Really, Uwo is not playing with the team. He's not holding with the team. He's not pushing with the team. He's just going full on by himself. That's strange. So far, we've seen that both inSky and Chinese Festival have been a very organized bunch, And you can see that Duo, yes, has sent 2 missiles already from the 4 Fox 3 that they have. And he's alone over here, and a Camo is committing to him. So a Camo, if Camo hits him, he can take them out. It's as simple as that. But so far, remember, we don't have any whatsoever. Watermelon has surprised us in the round 1 with a 25 miles out Fox 3 from the SD-10. So I do understand why he's doing this, because that SD-10 might connect to Flanker C though. Might. It has the energy and it has the altitude, that missile. So that one might even connect. Let me ride with Flanker C, as he's going to be alerted. And he's going to start defending right now. Because we have more missiles coming out from the middle. We have Bluebird committing to Uo. Let me try to get Uo on camera, if I run out of time. Uo is dead. First casualty from inSky. Guys, this round is going way faster compared to before. You can see. Of course, Flanker C is still not out of the way. Still not out of the way. And has managed to turn the missile at a freaking moment. That was freaking close. That was freaking close. So we almost had 2 casualties from inSky just from the start of the fight. That's not a good way to start a fight for sure. But not at all, not a good place to be. I'm having problems with this site. Why is it not working correctly? I cannot move the camera and the other... No, let me... Having problems with the other camera. Something's wrong. Seems like right now things are very calm right now. Nevertheless, power is committing. Computer is frozen. Oh, freaking load, freaking SRS. Pinging myself to be connected. Sorry for the problem. Still power. Dreamwalker against power. Mills is coming down in the center area. And so far, it seems that it's going to be defended. Has a bit of legs to arrive though. Still have a bit of legs to arrive. But Open Walker should be able to outrun the missile. Yes, missile has been defended. Now we have power sending missiles into inSky. So it seems to me that these guys... It's interesting. Why is power pushing hard right now? Then he doesn't have the backup for the rest of the team to really push hard into the enemy lines and cash in to pushing hard to the enemy lines. It's not really worth it right now for them to do so. So of course we have a Camo over there doing his own thing. Watermelon, as before, sending missiles downrange from the rear, arcing them up. Of course we can see that inSky already are in offensive positioning. So Chinese Festival are in a very good position to start attacking though. A Camo could start pressing, Power should start pressing too, and Bluebird, 14 Weekly, and Girls Day in a very good positioning to really commit into the enemy team and start making casualties out of the inSky airplanes. So let's try with Bluebird in the Tomcat. And he's just going to fake Dreamwalker, as Dreamwalker has sent right now an 120 to our Bluebird, which is not tracking. Really? I'm surprised though. inSky are struggling right now, but they seem to be struggling with the simple things. I mean, they are struggling with the sortings, they are struggling with the missile discipline of when to shoot and when not to shoot. So that's something a bit surprising though. Because we are right now with the Su-33 Power, who has launched a lot of missiles and still burning to fuel Mach 0.12. One more Fox 1. That's an extended radar missile towards Dreamwalker, which I don't think is going to arrive though. But wait, Mach 4? That one might have enough legs to arrive though. Still burning. Still burning. Oh, it's getting out of energy. And no, what a pity. Still, inSky 1, 2, 3. out of commission by Fortune Weekly. He has overcommit himself alone into the Chinese festival site. And of course, now Fortune Weekly is also committing to flagrancy. Double kill for Fortune Weekly. Sadly, we couldn't get that one on camera. But guys, this round is going way faster. You wanted a fast fight? Guys, you have it. Now we are riding with Dreamwalker as he's starting to commit into the lines of Chinese Festival. 3 remaining elements for inSky, 6 remaining elements for Chinese Festival. So things are looking good for Chinese Festival. This will not be the first time we've seen a team coming back from this shitty situation, but still, this is going to be very complicated for sure. More so because Dreamwalker is getting himself into a barrage of missiles. He's being shot by a Camo, Power, and Bluebird is just faking it out and trying to force out enemy missiles out of the enemy airplanes. Still, SD-10 coming in from Wu Wei to a Camo. Let me ride with a Camo because that one might get killed here. Riding with a Camo trying to defend and takes the casualty. First casualty for Chinese Festival in this match. Now we are down on 5 against 3. Things are starting to level out. Dreamwalker on camera. But Dreamwalker in the middle, Fox 3 into Watermelon. You can see that he's just pushing himself hard right now. You have him on camera, defending, and takes the squirrels to the face, but still managed to take Fortune Weekly with him. So now we have a 2 against 4 in favor of Chinese Festival. Things are looking good for Chinese Festival, even though they've taken 2 casualties, one from beyond the grave. Still, we are riding right now with 992, who is doing a Fox 3 onto Power? Yes, Fox 3 onto Power, who is up in the air very high and might not be able to go down on time to defend that missile. Burning through fuel, that missile still have the legs to arrive. You better run, my friend. Of course, Bluebird started to put pressure into 1992. And that missile is not going to arrive anywhere, by the way. It's going to be defeated. So Bluebird put in pressure. 1992 still trying to outrun the F-120 coming his way. But of course, Wu Wei coming into Bluebird's side. No, sorry, that missile is coming towards Girls' Day. He hasn't seen Bluebird way closer to him. So Girls' Day is going to be the one defending the SD-10. Might take the kill. And take the kill. Things are going well for this guy. We have a 2-on-3 situation. And being only Bluebird, the one who is close to the enemy team. Therefore, if inSky managed to coordinate well enough, they will put Bluebird in a very tight positioning. But still, Bluebird, Fox 1 into Wu Wei, trying to force him into offensive positioning right now. You can see that. Sorry. There we go. You can see right now Wu Wei defending as Bluebird still pursuing him out. We're in a very tight spot. Still, 1992 also trying to defend the SD-10 coming from Watermelon. Power is totally out of the fight. I do hope to see Watermelon coming in back, because if not, this might be a win from inSky, just because they are going to be struggling if any member of Chinese Festival dies here. So this is a do or die. And of course, Bluebird takes the kill with Fox 1s. Now we have one single element from inSky. And if 1992, the unknown member of inSky, gets taken out of the equation, then we will be going hopefully to round 3. We have an exchange of missiles here. We have on camera 1992 as he's just trying to outturn the Fox 2. Still, Watermelon is going to be able to outrun the missile. Still arriving, might arrive still. Has managed to outturn the missile last moment. We have on camera inSky 1992 as mentioned. He's just out below with not much altitude, digging the ground, trying to get himself not view while he tries to get a picture of what's going on over there. Right, camera friend, welcome on board. Happy to see you on board today. I hope that you are doing great, as we are seeing Chinese Festival a 3-against-1 situation over here. Of course, right now we have a inSky camera is pointed toward Bluebird, who might be the one with the Fox 2. We see the flares coming up from Bluebird, a few flares coming from 1992, and Bluebird takes the last kill, and therefore inSky is out of the fight. So of course I'm going to be asking the teams if they agree to just skip the landing part. Can we CNF inSky, can we skip the landing part? Okay, of course this round 2 was way faster compared to round 1. Therefore, I do know for sure that these teams are going to be having more than enough fuel. So of course, if inSky agrees, we will be skipping the going back to home base part and then going faster. But regardless, while we get onto it, we are going to be analyzing the fight while we get confirmation from both teams to see how it has went. Of course, we can see that inSky has really... Okay, both teams have agreed to skip the landing pad, so we are going to be going for round 3, okay? Starting server. So I'm just going to inform the team, the manager for today's match, to restart the server. So guys, while we get the server restarted, let us go check what has going on in round 1. Okay, sir, has a big hard win rate. Oh, my English today is slipping for sure. And I don't have the tab view anymore. I cannot go back. I'm afraid I cannot go back and check the tab view. Oh, freaking gosh. Yeah, I'm okay, but my bomba de agua caught on fire. How the heck can you make a water pump catch fire? How can you make it happen? Freaking gosh. The things that happened to you is impressive, mate. Like, really impressive. I'm still surprised for that. So guys, me a sec while we get everything sorted out on the side, and we'll be going to round 3. And of course, this round 2 has been won by Chinese Festival. Therefore, Chinese Festival is one round away from securing a place in the semi-finals. So stay tuned, and we'll see you back in a few moments, guys. So guys, we are back once again. This time we are in round 3 and might be the end of the fight. Remember, now we are on a best of 5 scenario where teams do have to win 3 out of 5 fights to progress to semifinals. And a bit sad, there is no more Farid Al-Shahid in the channel points. Yeah, I know, Awuha, I know it's been a bit of history in my channel, but nowadays almost no one understands that joke. That's the freaking point. But still, we'll come up with something new. Or maybe we'll bring back Farid Al-Shahid from beyond the grave. Who knows? So there's a hearsay that says that Farid Al-Shahid is still on the northern Iran area, lingering around trying to steal more airplanes. Who knows? One day we'll get to meet him. Still, as we get the teams rolling, we have on the left camera once again we have the guys over inSky. Let us go and check who we have right now once again. So they are from inSky. I think I said Chinese Festival. My bad. inSky. We have Wu Wei with the 17, 123, 1821 Dreamwalker, 1992, and the unknown one, and Flankersy with the 16s, and of course we have Wu Wei with 17 and Wu with the 18. Of course, for the Chinese Festival side, we have a different assortment of airplanes. We are still missing guys to join, okay, but still we have Fortune Weekly and Power carrying the SU-33 and the J11, Bluebird with the 18, a Camo with the 16, and we are still missing, if I recall correctly, one more 17 and one more 16, if I recall correctly. Yeah, only the old ones, only the guys who have come and be here with us for a long ass time. Oh, sorry. But still, okay, of course, Chinese Festival is informing that they've lost one guy. So sadly, we'll have to wait for a bit, okay? So, give me a sec. Still taxi possible and wait on runway to make things faster. So, of course, the Chinese, or both teams are from China, and in case you didn't know, both teams do need to use VPNs to fly here. So yeah, these guys are having VPNs all over the place. I mean, it has come on. For example, we had an interesting thingy. This is just a fun little detail. When we were checking what server to use, the Urban that is provided by DiscW, the community I'm one of the admin of, and the other server, the USA server, which is provided by SPQR, which are also one of the other guys that sponsor this tournament, that are providing servers in this case as ourselves, that are located in the USA. These two teams are from China, okay, both of them. But one of them had both of them had roughly the same ping, okay, roughly. But interestingly, the inSky had better ping in USA, and Chinese Festival had better ping in Europe. Like, I mean, I'm talking like by 70 ping, okay? Not like 10, 20, no, 70 ping. And they are freaking both on China. So that's something very interesting to see for sure. And it's a fun little detail to see that, of course, they are flying with VPNs because they cannot connect so openly to the World Wide Web. Of course, I don't know if you've seen that, but in China, there is this app called WeChat that is basically the only one. Think about WhatsApp, think about Instagram, Facebook, any application you can think of, eBay, for example, to purchase and sell secondhand. Even to order food, you do everything on WeChat. Basically, WeChat is the all-in-one solution. If you want to be on China, you have to use WeChat. There is no other way. So those are a few of the interesting details I found out. Of course, I've talked with Chinese people before, Those are details I learned from that time. But ping-wise, because of the VPN, was a interesting happenstance for this match for sure. Still, we've seen so far that in round 1 and round 2, Chinese Festival has managed to overcome inSky ability, and of course, they have managed to win the both rounds. I do think, for what we've seen in round 2, that Chinese Festival are quite confident in their position. Of course, they are just one round away from securing a place in quarterfinals. So these guys are very close by to get one step closer to the finals against, we don't know who will be, but my guess is that it's going to be, the final thing is going to be between ETF, 51st, and I'm starting to think it might even be Chinese Festival. I'm starting to think too. Maybe channel can get some VPN sponsor. Well, that's not a bad idea, Pilot said. You also need VPN to use Twitch. Oh, freaking gosh, where are you from, I met? You don't mind saying so. Because I'm very... for me, it's amazing to think that people need to connect to a tunnel, to a different country to be able to access the internet. I'm from Spain, so for me that's not normal. And that's something I would love to get to know, what's the experience from the other side. As in having to use a VPN to watch the matches. Riker said that I'm assuming they are using different VPN locations to get around the Great Firewall. That's the thing. That's the thing. I think they're using different providers, which is the interesting fact for sure. Still, I don't think. Let me check. I think that both teams are almost ready. Chinese Festival 3, 2. Yep. Okay, so Chinese Festival should be ready in a few moments. I'm going to inform the teams. Realm CNF members are lining up. Feel free to Realm as we feel to get ready to the match. So of course, I just informing the teams to get ready, and they need to rearm and refuel. This is a great moment to do so, because that way they are sorted out for the rest of the fight. Oops, whoop, going too fast. Too fast for me. There you go. Good boy. Oh, you're also from China. Well, then, then you have exactly the same problem as your fellow Chinese members do have with the VPNs. Of course, as mentioned, for me, it's not a common thing. So for me, it's amazing, really. Like having to think, okay, I need to use a company to access the World Wide Web. But still, happy to have you involved. And I hope that I'm making enough justice to your good fellow Chinese friends that are participating in today's match. For me, it's a pleasure, really, being able to cover these kind of matches, because this is not common. Got you a point. Definitely you got me a point there. Give me cameras. Come on, work with me, cameras. I want to make you look good on camera. So teams are almost ready, as we all know. We are just waiting for confirmation from both teams. You too, Nave? Oh, freaking gosh. Well, I didn't know I had a few. Well, I love to see that we have Chinese guys coming in and enjoying the fight. Because, I mean, realistically, the Chinese community is a community that we don't see often for the rest of the world. And by the way, both teams are coming ready, so we are going with the countdown. It is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 3 is alive. And thank you for the follow, Nave656. So of course this will be a nice opportunity that maybe you can illustrate us how the hobby of DCS and simulation as a whole is seen in China. Because I know people from Singapore, I know people from many places around the globe, but from China, haven't had the opportunity to sit down and have a good talk to really understand how things go regarding simulation in China. For example, I do know that you have Wing as a maker there, very close by. Of course, you have high quality products hardware wise, and they're close by. I think that it should be way cheaper compared to what we pay, because we have to import them and pay customs and such. But that's part of the deal, of course, the price to entry of the simulation. But still, how is this, the Chinese community right there? It's a tight-knit group. It is something very disaggregated, like maybe 20 different communities with very low quantity of members. Those kind of things are little details that does help to understand how things play out in different areas. Well, I don't even know what you're writing. My Chinese, I'm afraid, is not so great. I can only say ni hao, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying it wrongly up to that point. But still, we have Chinese festival already in the air. Oh, and by the way, I haven't still put up the poll of round 3 winner. Who is going round 3 winner? Who will it be? Will it be Chinese festival or will it be inSky? I want to know your thoughts on the matter, because it's going to be interesting to see who do you think is going to be winning this fight. So of course, we have the last member from inSky taking off. Let me go and check with the cameras the guys over Chinese festival and check once again who's flying what and the loadouts, shall we? So of course, this time we have leading the formation from Chinese festival. We have Watermelon with the 17, carrying the standard configuration with the 17, the 2 fuel tanks, the 4 3s, 2 heaters, and the... I was going to say CM bot, but that's an import, ain't it? Of course, he's not the only one. He's been followed by Bluebird, the team leader for Chinese festival, as far as I know. Of course, maybe you guys know better than myself. We have Chinese in ATF also, very nice people. Oh, that's right, I forgot that you have Chinese people in your team too, my friend. I don't recall who it was, but still. Of course, we have the standard configuration for the 18s, 2 Sparrows, 3 fuel tanks, both 4 3s, 2 heaters. Next to Bluebird, we have a Camu carrying the 16 with a standard loadout. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not talking. With standard loadout of 4 3s, all the fuel tanks on the wall, and 2 heaters. Of course, closing up the front formation from Chinese festival, we have Girls Day coming in with the 4 3s, 2 heaters, 3 fuel tanks. And yes, this is going to be tough for sure for inSky to turn things around, but still, they still can do so. And pilot said, the pleasure is ours, my friend. I'm happy to see more people from around the world enjoying the hobby. All together, this is what we are here about. Because now we are riding with power. Carrying with... He's not carrying 1 missile, so I think either he forgot on something. He's carrying... I think this is 2 ETs, 1 ER, and 4 ER. I don't know. I don't know my Russian missile, guys. I don't know them. I'm afraid to so. And of course, to close things up, we have Fortune Weekly carrying the J11 with the pink camouflage, carrying this set of missiles. I don't know them, I'm afraid, so I cannot say for sure what they are carrying. Still, missiles for sure, and I think that do take enemy airplanes down, and also friendly airplanes down if shot incorrectly. So far we haven't seen any blue on blue in this fight, so I'm surprised that we are running with no AWACS whatsoever. They are relying on GCI to coordinate all, and therefore things are more hard to really coordinate. You have a guy talking your ear out to tell you, okay, you are here, you have to go there, da. So it is more complicated, and so far they are doing quite well, both teams. Then we have Dream Walker carrying the standard loadout with a beautiful skin. Really, the skins for inSky are very beautiful. As mentioned before, I don't even know who did them, but I do love them for sure. So we have Uo here, that in round 1 it was Uo. Yeah, it was Uo who pushed hard into the enemy lines and got himself killed. So, did you have fun with Chinese Festival before? Yes, Chinese Festival. I was very surprised, to say that CNF are having a very good level. Of course, I've seen them participating in a few matches already. I think I've covered, if not all, almost all their matches, and I've seen them improving every match, like every match and greatly, and they are coming to a point that they are becoming a force to reckon. That's why I mentioned, and I think that my guess is that for the finals we are going to see ETF, 51st and Chinese Festival. Those are my guesses, like really. 4 R72S, R73, 2 R72ET, ERs. Okay, thank you, watch your tail. Thank you, because I don't know my freaking missile for Russians, as you can see. Of course, I'll tell you all about the meta Aguja in a sec. Of course, it does seem that you guys think that Chinese Festival are going to win, but still we are going to keep on presenting the guys on inSky. We have Flankers with us carrying the standard loadout with all the fluid of the world, 4 Fox 3s, 2 hitters, being followed by 1992, the unknown one. I'm skipping 1, 2, 3. I will cover him up. The same loadout, but beautiful. This skin is the one I love the most, for sure. I mean, this skin is very beautiful. Using a real 17? Wow. That's something I might not get to see in my entire life, you know? Because it's not easily seen. Of course, we have right now 1, 2, 3 carrying inside the same loadout, beautiful livery, and to close things up for inSky, we have the JS-17 that you guys have seen in real life, carrying same loadout as before. There's 4 Fox 3s, 2 Fox 2s, 2 full tanks, and the data link pod. And he's struggling to, he's going Mach 0.3. That's very slow. Why? Oh, I found a new, okay. Detail. I haven't seen that before, okay? If you press left control and left shift, you can see, you have selected an airplane, you can have a bra or a bullseye called in the top left corner of your screen. Okay? Left control, left shift. You press them both and you can do this. I didn't know about this up to this point. I've learned something new today, guys. I love that. So cool, let's go check the formation from inSky. First, now that we are here, you can see that they are spread apart 25 miles out from the obvious Metin will wait right now because he's just way too far away. We can see that they are very tight packed together, 10 miles from front to back, 4 miles from left to right, and from Chinese Festival side. Let me get them on camera for a sec. Rocking the 17, of course. We can see that they are carrying Watermelon on the front. Seems that Watermelon is going to be the missile sponge this round. They are 20 miles spread apart, and from bottom to the front to bottom to rear we have 20 miles spread apart. So really seems that these guys are changing a bit of how they are presenting themselves. Before we saw that Chinese Festival was more or less 2 on the front, 2 on the middle, 2 on the back. So more or less a very thick night, tightly packed. But now they've changed tactics and seems that they are going for a different approach. inSky is going for a different approach too, but slightly different. I will not be able to really put my finger on what's exactly different or not, but I feel something's different, something's off. But yeah, Riker, of course, you get to see Hornets, the Spanish Hornets, by the way. And yeah, 16 does look beautiful, but come on, you cannot say that this 17 isn't sexy. Don't tell me this 17 isn't sexy at all. I dare you. I dare you. And of course, Aguja regard. Let me try to see if this still works. Is this still working? Yes, it's still working. So that comment from Aguja. The current meta, because we have had an update for the 16 like Thursday, you all know, with the Apache. Of course, 16 seems to be popping up more than before, because now it's a very good fighter compared to before. Therefore, once they run out of missiles, they still can do Fox 2 missiles and guns fight, which is something that is well suited for this set of abilities. And of course, so far we've seen that inSky has decided to bring a lot of 16 to this fight, whereas Chinese Festival has decided to go with a very wide range of airplanes to the fight, which is something very interesting to see for sure. It is not common at all to see so many different airplanes in one fight. I have seen the Gripen up close and the F-18, F-16 and Hornets. What is blocky and ugly, by the way? The 16? Oh wait, watermelon? We have started... What the freaking Jumbo coming in with since gifted subscription? Oh my freaking gosh! Mate, you are out of this world. Thank you for bringing up 16 paid subscription for all of you guys to enjoy. That's massively appreciated. Oh my freaking gosh! You know, the A10 on the right is going to keep on busting and sending birds for a long time. Oh my freaking gosh! Highly appreciated, my friend. Highly appreciated and regarded. So you will have a bit of A10 action on the right while we enjoy our PL2 sent down by Watermelon for whatever reason. I think that he thought he was selecting the SD10. Oh my freaking gosh. Still, I'm afraid that that's a missile for Chinese Festival to start up. Oh my freaking gosh. Still, you see that things are starting to come closer. And seeing that formation-wise, things are way more different. You can see that these guys are way more spread apart compared to first. Oh, oh sorry. And I have this camera just on the freaking gray there. Not showing anything at all. Bad deli. Not showing you nice thing on camera. Like this beautiful 16. Through the snowflakes. Found with a nice touch of the sinking sound over the horizon. I think I should change career and become a poet, you know? I should do poetry. That's going to be my next project, become a poet. And talk about the beautiful weather and the beautiful lights that we have for DCS that we can enjoy day in and day out. So of course, now we see that right now things are very stable. While we get the A10 doing his runs, still doing runs, you know that the A10 have birds, that you have ammunition to come by and do as much as he wants. So it seems like still have a few more runs stored away. Oh my freaking gosh, we are going to be enjoying a long time this A10 today, aren't we? Still massively appreciated, my friend, for coming in with his gifted suppressions. Oh my freaking gosh. Still, I'm riding right now with Bluebird. Once again, seeing that Bluebird is going to be the one absorbing the missiles. And I also think that he's going to be facing and baiting Dreamwalker to start sending missiles down range. You can see that Bluebird is up below Mach 1. Fox 3 from... no, Fox 2? Fox 2 from Bluebird towards Dreamwalker. Will it even arrive? It doesn't have the legs. That missile is not even going to arrive, by the way. But still, missiles are starting to come by. It seems that teams are deciding to push a bit harder. Right now, Bluebird is coming into cold. And right now, we can say that Bluebird is going to be pursued by Dreamwalker. The 16 outruns the Bluebird, can outrun the 18. And once he's on the 5 miles out mark, he can Fox 3 to Bluebird without any problem whatsoever. But still, he's turning out cold. He's changing targets for 14 Weekly. Let me write, okay, Fox 3 for 14 Weekly, and 14 Weekly responding with an R77. We are riding with 14 Weekly right now on camera, as he's defending, but we get the A10 adorning everything with the birds. Goes missile to the ground, that missile doesn't have legs. SC10 coming from 1, 2, 3, Still, inSky we have still 4 members out of the fight. Gilsday up a bit to the left, Steve out of the fight. Flammer C. Let me put this view, I think it's going to be a bit better for you guys. Yes. So change of views, okay, but still now you can see a bit better for sure. So you can see okay, it seems that Chinese Festival had decided to push hard this round. They are sending many missiles. This is not common for them. They want to end this fast. I think they expect to have the enemy team demoralized and be able to really put pressure into the enemy team. Let's see how it does, because Dreamwalker 120 into Bluebird. Bluebird has 2 missiles coming his way, 2 120. He might take the casualty here. He doesn't manage to defend 2 missiles incoming to him. One is out. Second is coming. Second is coming and managed to knock that one out. Still, Dreamwalker. Okay, we are missing someone from inSky, by the way. inSky is down to 5 members. We are missing someone from inSky, guys. I'm afraid to say so. Still, Dreamwalker and camera. Right now he's defending hard. He might get killed here. Trying to defend missiles. Defense 1 and defense 2 missiles. Dreamwalker is still in the fight. Oh my god, this round is way more intense. You can see Dreamwalker is very close by, trying to push hard into Chinese Festival lines, but still the rest of the team is not helping, as we can see here. So realistically, if the rest of the team was pushing hard, this might be a very good situation for inSky. Still, you can see on camera, Dreamwalker has managed to put the Bluebird missile into the tree side, and right now, inSky team is supporting Dreamwalker more or less from far away. Why are not they coming closer? SC10 coming in hot. Of course, we are riding with Bluebird, with also Fox 3 into Dreamwalker. SC10 coming in for Uo, will go with him in a bit. Okay guys, we have one more casualty. Bluebird has managed to take down one more element from inSky. Let me try to ride with Uo over there and see if he's going to be managing to defend the SC10 or not. So far, it points out he should be able to, but still, that missile still have a bit of legs. Now, if his tornado cold is not going to arrive, for sure. But we have an SC10 here who has been notched before. And we can see right now that Flanker C and Unknown are holding that area. 2 remaining members from here. SC10 from Wu Wei coming in hot into Fortune Weekly. Let me try to ride with Fortune Weekly. No, Watermelon, sorry. That missile is going for Watermelon. Watermelon camera is defending the SC10. That might get killed. And we have a casualty for Chinese Festival side. Now we have a 5-on-3 situation in favor of Chinese Festival. So things are starting to look a bit better for inSky. Still a tough place to be. But Fortune Weekly might get killed here, because he's pushing hard himself alone. Let me try to ride with him. Fortune Weekly is defending right now, as we have him on camera. We cannot even see him with the smoke there. Trying to run the 120. Of course, the barrel roll that breaks all the missiles. That's a maneuver I don't really love seeing, because it's just a bit too gamey for my taste, but still that's about what DCS is, and that's what it is. And we have something happened here. I haven't seen that. inSky is down to 3 members. It was down to 3 members before, isn't it? Something so. Someone died over there. I don't know why. I don't know why. Still, Ugo coming in hot towards power. Let me try to get camera on Ugo, because I think Ugo's coming in cold. So Ugo seems to be only down to 1 box 3. So Ugo's going to be in a world of pain if he gets sandwiched. But still, since that Chinese Festival decided to forget about Ugo and are going to concentrate in Flanker C. Unknown is out of the fight entirely, and it's not a factor whatsoever. So let me try to ride with Flanker C, because we have right now all of the Chinese Festival guys. I have all of them are bunched together. Ugo's coming back into the fight. Flanker C a bit up to the north, and Unknown is coming into the fight finally. sending a 120 that is not going to track because it has turned out cold. Oh, no, yeah, sorry, it's tracking, but it's not going to be a factor. That's Fox 1 neither is going to be a factor. Power is committing into flanker C, but still nothing interesting there. Let me ride with Uo, and he's going to be receiving a Fox 3 from Girls Day, coming from a long range. Still, that one still has some energy, but it's not a high PK missile, so I will not count that one on connecting and taking down Uo. Still, he has a possibility. Missile is active. Uo starting to put up some chaff. And managed to defend the missile. So right now... Oh, sorry. Not that one. Ah, freaking gosh. Let me ride with 14 weekly on camera. Like this. 14 weekly. Where is 14 weekly? 14 weekly. Okay, 14 weekly right now. This is watching toward Girls Day. We have Unknown committing into the side of Power and Bluebird. It does seem to me that he does see the enemy team. So let me see if he sees them. We have 19 Unknown and 1992 Fox 3 into Bluebird. So they haven't seen Power. Of course, Girls Day is coming in. Bluebird is defending. We have the camera on Unknown looking towards Girls Day. Girls Day is not seeing him, but he knows roughly where he is, but still doesn't manage to find him. And this is the magic that you see when there is no AWACS. Two airplanes. Okay, 14 Weekly is going to throw a wall of pain over there. 14 Weekly is out. And no, 1992 is in a very good place right now. He can make a lot of damage to the Chinese Festival, we can see. Right now, 1992 is going to be facing Bluebird, which is in front of him. Bluebird Fox 2 onto him and takes the kill. Now we are having Flanker C taking down Power, as we've seen on top view camera. And now we are Flanker C might get killed. Flanker C is defending a missile and gets killed. So now we have only the soldier commander from inSky. It might get taken down, and we have just seen taken down. Wow, girls, guys and girls, Tennis Festival has managed to take down the entire team. But now I need to check with the teams if they want to see the rest of the other team landing or not. And if they don't want to, then we are done for today. And of course, we will be able to visit our good friends Kebab, who is hosting the fight between 51st Gap and Alamo. So guys, this has been a very interesting fight for sure. Let me check. inSky, should we skip RTB? Just to check, okay? Because this is a best of 3 match. So as long as Chinese Festival has enough fuel, which is to be having because the fight has been quite fast this time, it should not be a problem whatsoever for them to arrive. So of course, while we get... Okay, they are confirming that skipping. And congrats. Okay guys, so it has been confirmed that we can skip the going back RTB. Therefore, round 3, it's a victory for Chinese Festival. And this is going to signify the victory of Chinese Festival in this quarterfinals fight between inSky and CNF. And of course, they will be advancing to semifinals. But remember guys, we are not going to be seeing Salted Stack View because they are going to be disconnecting the server and everything. And realistically, I'm very tired and I want to do a few other things at home. But still, we have one more other fight going on, and I'm going to move you towards the fight as we are going to be enjoying the stream hosted by Kebab as we have him right up like this, like that. Kebab. I cannot put a freaking name. Kebab. KE8AB. There you go. So guys, for all of you over there, I hope that you have enjoyed myself streaming this fight, or more so for my good friends from China, which is a pleasure to having more tennis member community joining us. That's a huge pleasure seeing you over here, gents. I do hope that you have enjoyed today's match commentary between inSky and Tennis Festival. Please send a great hug and say hi to my good friends over Kebab channel and the fight between 31st Kiap and Alamo. So guys, have fun and see you next week for more fighting. Bye bye.